Hi babe, welcome back to my channel. So happy talking with you. So our last video stopped at this roundabout. This is the Amadiama roundabout. From here I am going to proceed towards Abloma. I have covered Abloma like at the beginning time when I started filming this. That was May last year maybe. So I filmed Abloma before, but because I didn't want to repeat the exact same place, I decided to go into an estate and show you people what an estate looks like on average in Port Harcourt. And the estate we are going to go through Aeroplane Drive into TMC estate. I think that's what it's called. So we'll go down Abloma Road to an extent. After the police station, we turn left. We went into TMC estate. The estate is pretty huge, and there are estates and estates inside the estate. So you're just going to see that for yourself. And after that, we'll get back into Abloma Road. And this vlog is going to end where I went to buy bole. At that Federal Government College Junction. That lady makes one of the best, like her bole is one of the best I've eaten in Port Harcourt. And I just interviewed her a little. I was like, how much is this? How much is it? For people that want to have an idea, you just want to see and have an idea, you're going to see that. But the gates, like the way we saw so much gates inside that estate reminded me of like a memory and an experience I had. And I am going to tell you people the story in this video because it just brought back that memory. When I came newly to Port Harcourt, I used to just be amazed at how people always lock themselves in. Let me say, due to insecurity and packaging, there was a time changing everywhere to estate started raining for people of Port Harcourt. Every street became an estate. They were raising gates everywhere. Everybody was putting gates where they live, and that's how estate everywhere is an estate. Very funny looking places, a straight road, like a straight street. They'll just put a gate at the beginning and the end, and it's now an estate. Everybody a fizzy, then you just give it one tush name like that. Oh, I live in so estate. When you get there, you wonder how, like how. That one is okay, but I just felt as if it was some people were doing this thing for security reasons, and it was giving me anxiety. I'll explain to you why it was giving me anxiety. So here we go, mini story time. I grew up in Jos, Plateau State, and I was born there. No, I wasn't born there, but I went there from when I was 2 years. So I grew up in that town. Like I grew up in that town from my nursery, primary, part of secondary, university, Jos, right? So I knew the state from when it was peaceful up to when the crisis came, and after the crisis, like I was there throughout the whole process. And when the crisis was at its peak, right, we were living in a gated community. Like we call it a quarters. It was a quarters. Now this quarters is really huge, but it was fenced from like it was fenced all around. Luckily for us, though, it has several, like about 3-4 gates, right? Then one major gate, but luckily for us, we had other connecting gates. Now during those crises, I zoomed in here so that we can see the name of this place. I saw something like Aeroplane Drive on that signboard, right? So back to my story. You see, communities that were gated then during that crisis, they saw shege, because once your opponent or your attackers have control of that one gate, people that live in estates where you must go in through that one gate and come in through that one gate, the thing gives me crazy anxiety, because it's very easy for someone to track your movement. They know when you're going out, you must pass here. When you're coming back, you must pass here. I can tell the time you go out and come in every single day. I don't like it. It makes me very, very uncomfortable. But that is a trend in Port Harcourt. People were so comfortable blocking off every other means of living anywhere. They would close up everywhere and put a gate, and it's now an estate. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Let me even gist you what was happening in my street then. Well, it wasn't called an estate, it's just a street, but they started blocking off all the other connecting routes where you can go into the other streets. First of all, they made sure it wasn't motorable, so there was gate, but the pedestrian part of the gate would be open so people could move on foot. Then they now had a meeting in the estate. What am I calling it estate? Our name wasn't an estate. They had a meeting and agreed that from like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, the gates will be permanently locked until morning. Hey guys, come and see fight. You understand where people have like their family and kids staying. I can understand their point of view where they feel as if every responsible person should be home before 12 o'clock. They just want to be home with their family and make sure that nothing is going on around their environment. But where you have, I don't want to even say younger people, because for Port Harcourt, everybody they flex. It doesn't have to do with marriage or age. Now the old ones, and then they shake body pass. People will now go out and have to come in around 3 a.m. Then the security guy will have the audacity to refuse to open the gate. Before, they will just, like, when the car come, they will shine their light, and when you come out of the car and talk to them, they'll tell you, sorry, they had the directive not to open the gate after 2 a.m. And some people will just quarrel and start making noise. Now, at that point, the security they don't even, when you're making noise at the gate, they don't even come out to even address you or send. They just sit in the small security house there and let you mumu yourself. So some people were crazy, and most times when people are coming back by that time, if it's people that went to have fun, they might be slightly intoxicated. And it's like the drama from my house, I could hear when there is commotion going on at the gate, and I just knew what was happening. It was just funny because people actually sat down, had a meeting, and agreed that by that time they want the gate to be permanently closed. How will you be restricting the movement of an adult from his or her home? Some Port Harcourt landlords even do that in their compounds, but it's mostly where they have younger adults, like people that... Some people do that, but it's mostly when they have like singles in their compound. They'll say by 12 o'clock the gate is locked, you can't come in again. I still don't understand the concept of restricting the movement of an adult, but that was what was happening. Back to our experience in Jos. See those gated communities that have just one gate into the estate, right? Let me stop even beating about around the bush. The crisis then was between Christians and Muslims, and there was this community that had, even us said that it was just our major gate, like the major gate is facing like the Hausa area, and there was a point that these people were pushing, and like the fight was resulting in them coming so close to that gate, and they blocked that place for like 3 days. There was no going out of that estate, of the quarters, because nobody could take the risk of running into them. So it just doesn't make sense for you to lock yourself. Apart from that, they know that once they come in from here, if you're escaping, you're passing through this route. If you are escaping for your life, you have just... I don't want to consider the fact that something will be chasing me, I'm running for my life, and I have just one road to go through, and the enemy knows that road. How does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. So I don't understand this obsession with gates in Port Harcourt. I'm sure they have reasons for that, but God of mercy. This thing started, I'm sure it's kidnapping that started this rubbish, this fear that made people do this. And some people now use it as a fizzy, my estate. Now put on small security there and be giving people rules. You have to on your light. I'm not bashing the steps to make the place more secured, but when they start getting extreme, they think they vex. So when those guys start raising their shoulder, you forget they were employed. Like, so in Jos then, people just don't... After that crisis, that was when we now opened, like the quarters, they now opened up the other gates and made sure that they were motorable, people could leave. And subsequent times, because that crisis didn't even just happen once and stop, like any small mistake. Are you seeing the gates? Are you guys seeing the gates? So on that other side, there's another gate. That should be another estate. Not estate, but you can understand that you're going in and into this place. All the corral like that is like gate and gate. You're entering more corral, more gates. You pass gates. You're passing like 4 gates before you get into your house, and it's one way, several gates. It will make it difficult for like kidnappers to kidnap you. I'm sure they can target you somewhere else that is not your house, especially when you have one main gate you must have to pass. Guys, I'm beginning to have headache from this thing, but that made us to like open up. People now start thinking, like, when you're building your house, you're imagining escape route. just surviving in Jos made me think that way. Like when I got to our house and my dad had like protectors all over the windows, I just started panicking. I said, so if this place is, if the main doors are locked, somebody cannot escape from this thing. Like one of your protectors should be like a door protector that you can lock from inside with a padlock. Like when it had, you open that window and you can fly. That's how I'm building my house. So I am not locking myself in completely. Like I must follow one door. And no, even my compound will have backyard though. Hopefully when it's not rich man face me, I face you. One time me and my friend, we were passing Gulf Estate and I was like, shit, these people don't have, like, your children can't have access to like where to play. Okay, what brought up this gist was that a friend of mine took her child to the village and the child had not touched, like she wanted to drop the child on sand and the baby was crying. You remember this picture that was going around that time when a man was trying to drop his baby on grass? As he's lowering her down, she's raising her legs up like she didn't know what grass was and she wasn't ready to put herself on the grass. That's how the baby was scared of sand, because it is possible now you're raising a child and that child had not seen sand. Her school is interlocked, the compound is interlocked, they don't go out to play too much, they don't, even some playgrounds are so touch that it's just plastic and like children don't know dirt, they don't know sand, they don't, that kind of thing. What brought this gist? What brought this sand gist? What brought the sand gist? I can't remember what spinned the gist into that, but the too much luck in Sha has its own difficulties. Okay, yes, Gulf Estate, right? So I was saying, oh God, these children, because they can't play where I play for note. I said I grew up in Jos. You know all the Boris, Baram, like we had Suwe. We had games, or is it hunting lizard, setting traps for birds? God, I played. I don't look like it, but I played dirty. I played that kind of morning till night, sweating, fun, sun, rain, all of God, I played. And I just feel bad for children that cannot play like that. So I was looking at, we were passing Gulf East and I was like, God, I can't believe that I'll raise a child in this kind of environment. It is so expensive, but you just have a flat next to a flat next to a flat, then just parking space in front, small parking space for at most 4 cars, interlocked. Where will your children play? Where can they get dirty? They'll be there pressing phone and playing video game. Like, you're missing. So that was what brought it up to me. I was like, shit, that this life is looking like luxury, but it's almost like rich man face me, I face you. That was what Gulf Estate looked to me. It was like rich man face me. Don't say, I was just saying, no, they have facilities. They have facilities there where kids can still have fun. But I was just saying the buildings look like face me, I face you, but a rich man's face me. That's what those buildings are. It doesn't make sense that I'll pay so much money to just live directly next to my neighbor. No space in the compound, no space anywhere. In the name of Efizi. But I understand this for security reasons. But you're still seeing what I'm saying. Security is good, though, but you're seeing the measures people have to go through to feel secured and be able to sleep at night. It is just sad. And I think it actually, I am having this gate issue, but it reduced robbery because people can't really drive in anyhow to steal. So last, I was just gisting you guys. It's just my opinion. Don't take it too serious. So this is the Bole woman's joint just there. And this is it. If you think this is unhygienic, keep your opinion to yourself. I love this food. And so these her fishes here, 500 and 700. Yeah, the ones she's touching are 700. The smaller ones are 500. Then for the bole, 250 naira for the sizable ones, then 200 naira for each finger, 200 naira for the other ones. The yams are 50 naira. What else do you need to know? Then the fish, the round, the ones that she sliced, the mid ones, those ones are 300 naira. So there you go, guys. Just looking at this video, looking at the bole's making my spirit happy. I feel as if I am about to eat it again, even though I ate it that day. Now that I'm editing this video, I feel as if I'm eating bole in my heart and my soul. This is what I love most about Port Harcourt. You see bole. You will not understand. We were arguing about the fish. I am so over head of fish. I am over head of fish. All of you that are exaggerating head of fish and talking how about that's the sweetest part on your own. I don't want to waste my time and be eating bone. No, I don't want to be struggling with bones. No, I just want flesh. That was what we were arguing about here. I was saying, Lalai, I wanted that head that had like the nose and some part of it chopped off, and this human being here was busy arguing and wanting the bone part. But that was it. The quantity we had here was like 1-3, and achasalam, guys. I ate that bole. Hey, I'm so happy. This bole just made my money. I'm editing this video in the morning, and I'm just excited. Have a beautiful day wherever you are. Bye.